All right, we are live tonight. It's Sunday at 7 p.m. like it always is when we get together. I'm Joshua James. This is my soul honey.
Amber Fields.
That's right. We are joined tonight by the one and only Ambre Crockett. Not only is she my sister, but she's the owner and creator of a product line here called Ambre Blends. Some of you, I'm sure, are very familiar with the product line, but we are talking tonight with Amber and Amber. This is going to get confusing.
Dose. Amber squared.
Yeah. Not Ambre. Many people like to pronounce your product Ambre.
Oh, yeah.
I've had many
that
disputes with people about that. The spelling of the product is A-M-B-R-E, which is actually how you spell your name. So many people get confused with that, but it is pronounced Amber, to make this very clear once and for all. So we're talking tonight about we wanted to get off the heavy topics that we've been on over the past couple of weeks, and with everything going on, we're excited to kind of lighten up the topic of content for this evening. So we wanted to sit down with Amber and talk about everything holistic health, not only, but kind of mind, body, spirit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Amber agreed to kind of let us into her personal world of things that she does for her mind, body, spirit, her mental health, her emotional health, routines and things that her family does, supplements that she takes, books that she's reading, and different things that she appreciates that keep her vibrant and young and youthful and the mom of the year and the best boss to work for, and also the company that keeps creating these products that everybody loves so much. So Amber, I'll let you kick into kind of what we're doing here tonight and start off with the first question.
Yeah, before we jump into everything, I would like to give a little shout out to Ambre Blends, because I've been using and wearing this product for like 8 or 9 years. And it was like the best kept secret in Indianapolis forever. I would literally get attacked like in the stairwells and elevators. I'm like, what are you wearing? And I'm like, oh, I keep at it. So now I've enrolled my family into wearing it.
Thank you.
My husband too. His newfound favorite thing is tonic. Every time
the chronic tonic.
The chronic tonic. It's definitely his newfound favorite. So so we love it. And I love how we were just talking about before this, how it kind of came full circle. I met you and your family at your yearly event that you guys do in December.
Oh,
at your open house. Yeah. Okay. Became your Verizon girl.
That's right. Oh my gosh. And then here we are.
And here we are.
Yeah.
So I met your brother through our training. And so now,
lots of
Crisscrossing.
interceptions.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like it was kind of a God thing.
Yeah.
That we get to sit here and be
always.
Here. So I'm a huge advocate for what you do and for the products that you put out there. And I love the fact that it's international now. So congratulations.
Thank you.
On that.
Thank you.
So let's talk a little bit before we jump in about your journey. So you're a chemist?
No, not even close.
Well, you got to be able to.
He's kind of an alchemist.
That might be a better representation. I am definitely not a chemist. I went to school for massage therapy and aromatherapy in Colorado in the early 90s. And while I was doing that, I was working for a herbalist, and we were making products for pregnancy and lactation. So one thing led to another. She taught me how to make my own herbs. And then I decided to start playing around and making gifts for family and friends and using these products for myself. And that's kind of how it started, and then people would ask if they could have a bottle, and I would whip them up something and put a little piece of cardboard on it and write the name and tie it on with a piece of hemp and hand it over.
I remember in early days, you coming home from Colorado with some of the stuff that you were creating. And I remember the cracked heel salve that you made.
Oh.
Do you remember that? And then I swear on my life, there was a salve for cracked nipples.
Okay,
yes. Lactation.
Okay,
thank you.
But as a 14-year-old boy, I'm like, fucking what? People get cracked nipples? Like, what is this? I thought it was like some kind of witchery going on. So, some of the early products were a little comical, but could you have ever dreamed in a million years that this is what it would become?
No. I was having fun.
Do you just have to like pinch
yourself?
yourself?
Every day I pinch myself.
I mean, it's been cool to witness and watch. I remember you sending me to beauty school with little samples of your amber oil, and I would hand them out to people in school. People still to this day remind me of the samples that they were getting in school, and they still wear it from then. I went to beauty school 18 years ago.
I love that.
So it's been a cool journey to watch for sure.
Thanks. my biggest fan.
Yes, I know.
Oh, we are definitely your front row fans. My friend Alex Perry says front row fan. I'm like, I've been sitting on the back watching Ambre's stories since from before because I think it's fascinating. I'm very, I'm a huge advocate for women in business. And
Sweet.
so
Yes.
I love the fact that you were doing something for fun and got to
Something,
turn it
yeah,
into a
it's
family
just, I was
business.
just having fun doing something I loved. And I think if that's the primary focus and not the end result or the money or the whatever it is, if we lose sight of having fun while we are doing it, then it, it fails. So
right.
you got to have fun. And we still are having fun. I'm still having fun and I have the best team. So we're able to continue on that joyful journey.
And I love what you said too, because I've actually had this conversation twice in the past week with, with everything that's been going on with the pandemic and quarantine, and, people are making some big life changes because they just didn't realize, how unhappy they were with their work life, or how disconnected from their family they were, or, whatever it might. Even behind my chair, I'm having people like, I think I'm going to stop coloring my hair and just go natural gray. Okay. So we're seeing so much of this, right? So, but the conversation that I had was 2 separate clients this week that are kind of in the mindset of wanting to let go of their 9 to 5 and do what it is that they love to do. And you just concreted kind of the advice that I gave behind the chair, which was keep your 9 to 5 and do your love in the after hours until that can supplement the income and crisscross, and then you can let one go, right? Like you didn't just dive in head first. I mean, you did in one way, but I remember you slaving away on that massage table, client after client after client, until eventually you were able to supplement one for another, right? So is that the advice that you would give for people that want to chase a dream?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think, have a plan. And I always said, don't have a plan B, because you're setting yourself up for failure when you do.
Agree.
And you can definitely, leap into it, but I think you can do that transitionally. You don't want to be blinded. You need to still support your family. You need to still support yourself. But I think that if you do a little bit at a time, I mean, I would go upstairs and massage, and I would run downstairs and whip up a batch of lotion in between clients until I had help. And then I would hear them down there whipping up lotion as I'm massaging. So the best advice somebody gave me ever was, do not take on the next thing until you're busting out at the seams. I know we've talked about that before. That has stuck with me, and I swear that is the piece of advice that I have kept in mind as we've grown, so that we're doing it the right way, so that we're not biting off too much and then falling because we can't support it.
Right. So,
and then not to, if you can do it without borrowing money, that's even better, so that you
which you never did.
We never did. So, and that has been a huge blessing. So, yeah. I think you brought up a good point. Right now, with everything going on with the virus, and with everything going on right now, it's making us question things. It's making a lot of things come up. It's making us go inward and find out, what is it that makes us happy? What is it that makes us healthy? What is it that we want to do? And with having to stay home a lot, I think we've been finding things that, oh gosh, I didn't realize I like doing that. That brings me joy, and that fulfills me. And people are also realizing, oh my God, I love what I do, and I can't wait to go back to work. You know, and so it's bringing up a lot of things for us to question, and to be certain about. You know what I mean? Like, I'm changing this, or I am sticking with this. Yeah. Even with health and wellness, the holistic field is booming right now. Booming, and supplements, and acupuncture. Thank you.
No bugs flying in the hair.
I am a Chinese flytrap. I am. The lip gloss, the hair, but it makes you question. It makes you just want to take care of yourself and look at other ways, since healthcare system is not what it used to be, and so people are making choices now that are more mindful, that impact their long-term health.
Yeah, self-care is huge right now.
Huge. And it should be.
Absolutely. Because we are the source and the resource for what we're doing, and for those that we're taking care of and supporting. And if our cup isn't filled up and we're not taking care of this,
We have
Well,
not
and
hit
I
yet.
think too, it's like, time is the only non-renewable resource on the planet. It's the most valuable thing that we have is time, because you never get it back. And so I think a lot of times we as a society tend to say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. Oh, I'll start this when. I'll start, eating healthier when, or I'll go on vacation. We know somebody like this. She doesn't even want to sit next to the pool and be in a bathing suit because she doesn't want to be seen until she has things done to her body. And so it's like you're just missing out on life by not, just seizing the day, and chasing after it. So I love this. And so when it comes down to personal health, I think we're all kind of excited to see what it is that you do on a day-to-day basis, and how you take care of yourself. When I was walking Amber through the house, we got stuck in Kingston's bathroom. Kingston is my sister's son, my nephew, and he has these little affirmations.
Oh my gosh! Did you see? Okay.
I literally was like,
I am kind.
I am sweet.
He did that all by himself.
Oh,
I
it
swear.
was the cutest thing.
thing.
So even your family has a routine.
He still has those up.
It's so cute. So he has these little Post-its above the toilet, and they say, I am sweet, I am kind, I am love. And these are his daily affirmations when he's taking a little tinkle that he gets to say to himself to remind himself of his greatness and his worthiness. So I think that type of self-care, meditation, breathing exercises, affirmations, you've brought some of your supplements and reading material and things that you've gone through. So kind of let us in a little bit to, I know routines and things that you do are probably something that you're vibrationally aligned to. So I'm guessing there are, day to day, they can look slightly different as to like what you're energetically calling to do for yourself, right?
Yes.
So kind of let us into like what a day looks like for you and your family, and then, how that might vary throughout the week or the month.
Okay.
Or season.
So since you were discussing Kingston, my son is very, very sensitive, and he feels everything. And, their worlds got flipped upside down with the virus that with the schools closing down, they had an hour-and-a-half notice, and then everything changed for them. And now all of a sudden we are homeschooling them, and that came with some struggle. And it put Adam and I, who both were working at the time, in a situation where we're doing something foreign, and everybody's just, emotions are flaring, and everybody is just right at the surface with tears. So what we decided to do was we built a calming corner downstairs. And I don't know if you saw it in the meditation or the Zen Den. And I wish I will, somehow we'll get this posted on the woman that came up with this, but it's called a calming corner. And it's basically to help kids and adults get in tune with their emotions and how to control their emotions and how to address them and feel them and breathe through them, and to find tools you can do to get you elevated out of that emotion. So if Kingston's having a day and that's a big emotion, that's a big feeling. Or if him and Kata are at each other because, we're all at home together, and let's go down to the calming corner and let's breathe it out. And they'll find an exercise, and we do it together. And it was awesome when we did it because we said goodbye to timeouts. And we had a whole celebration about why we were getting rid of timeouts and why it was important to do that and start having time ins. So we called it the calming corner. That has been a game changer for us during this time. And what's so cute is sometimes if I get worked up about something, my son will be like, Mommy, you need to go down to the calming corner. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute.
But hang on.
I didn't see it run this way. I know. But, it is for us. It is for us too. Or if Kingston and Kata are having a moment, and we heard them having a huge moment a couple weeks ago, and you could hear them talk it out. And Kingston was like, Mommy, we're going to go down to the calming corner and just work it out.
I love that.
That was huge. That's a part of our life now. And like you said, it does change day to day. What I am starting to realize, and it's so much easier said than done, and I'm really trying to be more, I'm trying to be more intentional with what I'm doing. But what I'm realizing is the most important thing with waking up is with prayer. And what are my thoughts? Like, it's so easy, especially with everything going on right now, to pick up my phone and be like, okay, what's going on? What's out there right now? What's happening in the world? And I know we need to be educated, and that's important, but I also know that we need to maybe not pick up the phone right away, set our intentions for the day. What are our thoughts? How do we want our day to go? And if that leads you into meditation, meditation has been a game changer for me too. Huge. And I get the monkey mind when I sit down there sometimes, and I'm like, okay, and I'm getting into it. I've got my breath, I've got everything going, and then I'm thinking, oh my gosh, there's this, and this, and I'm like, okay, I need to center again. So that takes practice, a lot of practice. But meditation has been a game changer for me. And Kingston will even come down with me sometimes and meditate. Yoga, I think it's important that we move our body right now. We're home, it's warm out, get out, move your body. Yoga has been so good for me too. I've really dove into it the past 4 months. I have a friend that I've been blessed to have come over a few days a week and teach yoga with me. And I think the biggest part of yoga is not just moving your body, but breathing through your exercise, breathing through your thoughts.
We talk a lot about that on the show. I think it's a topic that probably comes up every single show, of a way of coping, a way of dealing, a way of getting you out of your fogginess here and kind of stepping back into your heart, which is, the ruler. It should be your ruler, And so what does a breathing exercise, because we've chatted about ours, what does a breathing exercise look like for you when you do it?
There's a couple things, because sometimes that's all we can do.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes that's all we can do is just breathe. And if you're at work and you need to shut that door and just have a few moments, or you're home, what I try to do is, there's a couple exercises, and I know you know about this one, but peace begins with me. Mm-hmm. So if I'm feeling some anxiety, or if I'm feeling worked up, or if I'm feeling like, oh, my heart's starting to race, or something is just throwing me off, I will do where you breathe in for 5 seconds. Peace begins with me, and then you hold it for 5 seconds. Peace begins with me, and then you exhale for 5 seconds. Peace begins with me. You do that 3 or 4 or 5 times, and you just kind of.
It's a game changer.
It really, and it's great for kids. Yeah. If they get worked up, Kingston will take a deep breath, and you won't say it out loud, but he'll go through the words in his mind. So it's centering your mind, it's centering your heart, because peace does begin with us. Right. And then it's getting your breath going, filling up that belly with air, holding it, and then releasing it. So I think that's a big one. And sometimes it is just laying down and breathing. Just laying down and breathing. It doesn't have to be any kind of formula to it. Just breathe. Just stop, kind of try to turn it off. And I think when people pay attention to their breath, going in and going out, you find yourself in a meditative state, like immediately.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If you just pay attention, if you're just listening and paying attention to the breath, it can put you there.
I oftentimes hear people say they don't have time to meditate, and I'm like, you don't not have time.
Yeah.
They say that a 10-minute walk alone, it can take you to a deeper state of meditation than sitting and meditating. Yeah. So it's one thing that my intuitive spoke to me many years ago is, she said, when the body is in a repetition, a movement, there is an ease that comes with being able to migrate into a meditative state a little bit easier. And she says, there's actually some of the people who, this is some of the coolest research I've ever read. Some of the people who have the healthiest brain activity is people who have jobs or careers that are repetition, movement. So hairstylists was actually one of them. Baseball players was another one. Massage therapists was another one. So people who are in a constant repetition, a movement of some sort, like you with massage, and me with hairstyling, so it's, in fact, I had my first past life memory come back applying a foil to a client 7 or 8 years ago, because I'm in this one movement, and I had a total flashback to a past life. So it's true. So if you're not into sitting, right, because there's a lot of things to be anxious about right now, you know, and I think it's kind of natural. And I think for those of us who maybe struggle with anxiety on a normal day, it could be a heightened level of anxiety right now. So sitting sometimes can almost cause me anxiety because I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something. Walking for me is something that I much enjoy. I'm getting fresh air. My heart rate's elevated. You're moving, right? And I think that it's a great time to also be practicing the breath while you're walking. You know, and you can even count the 5 with 5 steps. You can get creative with it. But for those of you that are joining us just now, my name is Joshua James. This is Amber Fields. Truth Revival every Sunday at 7 p.m. We're with Ambre Crockett tonight, and we're talking everything holistic health. Amber is the creator and owner of Ambre Blends, and she's letting us in a little bit to her personal journey and her personal life, and talking about how she takes care of herself, both with mind, body, and her spirit. And we're also going to be talking about some things that your company has modified over the past couple of months, and you have a new product launch coming out. Yeah.
Yes,
cool.
We do.
So we'll make sure we talk about that by the end of the show, but let's move into some of the stuff here that you've got on the table for us, and talk us through what it is.
So, okay. We're going to kind of have a supplement talk, because I think there's things we can be doing besides the meditation, besides moving our body and doing yoga, and breathing. Supplements, I'm a big believer in. Starting your day with some probiotics. I think everybody needs to build gut health. Gut health has been proven to be everything.
It's your second brain, right?
It's your second brain, gut-brain balance. But I think what's going on with our gut has everything to do with what's going on in our brain. So I almost think it's even more important. So I always start my day with a probiotic, and I love this one by Sakara. You can get it online, sakara.com. It's just a daily probiotic blend. But I love it because it has the enzymes in it, and it's got a prebiotic blend too, which is great. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Sakara, there we go.
There you go.
Boom. So I start my day with a couple of probiotics, and then I go right into vitamin D. I think we've all heard vitamin D and how important it is, and how most Americans, well, most people are deficient, especially people in the Midwest, because we don't have the sun with us a good part of the year.
Yes.
So vitamin D is huge, and they are finding people that are really suffering with the coronavirus have a vitamin D deficiency. So I think it is huge to get vitamin D, a probiotic, vitamin C. There you go. This is a good vitamin C, but I'm because it is it's a potent vitamin C, but it also supports the immune. So make sure you're getting a good vitamin C. And then zinc. This is huge. Even if you're feeling a little something, if you pop a little drops of zinc under your tongue, it significantly helps.
That's the fastest way to get it to your bloodstream.
That's true. Under your tongue. Yes. Yep. And I try to stick with liquid as much as you can, because you will absorb most of it. I am a big believer in colloidal silver. I'm going to stick this right here so you can see it. I use this all the time.
Okay, this I know nothing about.
You know,
so
like, what's this?
You're going to have to do an education.
Okay. This I hold underneath my tongue. I got this at Whole Foods. This is a good brand. Colloidal silver is an awesome, thank you.
Show it off.
Immune supporter. It kills bacteria, antiviral, I'm pretty sure antifungal. It is, in the way they make it is just amazing, but I'm not going to explain that because I'm going to have a hard time doing it. But this one is bioactive, which is really, really good. You can get it in a spray form. Some people, when they get on a plane, they'll spray their seat, spray the air, spray under your tongue. It just keeps things clean. It kills off things, and it's an immune booster. It's awesome. They're also finding that sinus infections and sore throats and everything that has to do with the throat up, this is huge to help fight anything off that has to do with that.
Okay, so how do you say this?
Colloidal silver.
Oh,
And
okay.
Something I don't have here that I'm also a big believer in that I take all the time is elderberry extract.
Yes.
Elderberry
all the
amazing.
elderberry.
Yes.
Try to find something local that somebody makes. You can make it yourself. You can add ginger to it. And some local honey, huge local honey too, that helps with allergies. So I do take these things every day, including the elderberry, and then I take CBD oil. CBD oil is awesome for a immune booster, and it also helps you sleep. Sleep is everything. If you're not getting enough sleep, your body can't rest and reset.
And it's a great, is this true or not? But from what I understand, it's a great supplement, pun intended, for people who maybe struggle with anxiety and not taking, big pharma drugs to kind of calm yourself down.
Huge for anxiety, huge for depression, huge for sleep, pain, back pain.
Yeah.
As he's adjusting over here.
Just to relax. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's good for
so
many
run
things.
down the line one more time quickly what
Okay.
each one is.
Vitamin C,
Okay.
zinc, probiotics, and I'm out of order on how I take them, but CBD, vitamin D, colloidal silver,
And elderberry.
and elderberry extract. This is huge too. I have just discovered this. We took a business trip in Georgia. Where did we go? We went to Savannah. There is a company there called Yupon Tea House. This is an herb. It is a holy tree that is in southeastern U.S., but it's native to the southeastern U.S. But anyway, this one is for immunity, and it has elderberries, echinacea herb in it, echinacea root, and ginger root. Huge immunity booster, and it's organic and it's wild crafted. I love this stuff. Mix it with a little bit of honey. But what are you drinking during the day too? Are you drinking a lot of water and things that help boost your immune?
And if you're into this and you want to find more out about it, you can visit www.yuponteahouse.com. That's yuponteahouse.com.
Great company,
Spell
great people. Yep.
So you.
It's on the front of the bag there.
Okay. Yeah.
YAUPON.
PON. Yupon Holly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and something I want to mention aside from supplements, what we can be doing right now, because there's so much going on here in the U.S., but people are feeling it all around the world. And this kind of wraps all of this up is, and I'm taking this from Deepak Chopra, but he was on CNN about, right when the virus hit, he was on CNN and they said, what is your message to the world right now? What can we be doing? And he said, love in action. And that shook me, because it's like, okay, it's simple. And love in action, love ourselves. What can we be doing for ourselves? What can we be doing for others? What can we be doing for our neighbors? Can we be checking in on them? What can we be doing for other people? And right now, with everything going on, and there's so much hurt and pain and fear happening right now, now is the time to love in action more than any time. I'm feeling that call so much right now that I'm trying to teach it to my kids. Love more, love more. You can't do it enough. What can we do today to lift somebody up? That is healing. That's healing too.
Yes.
That's an immune booster. Being joyful is an immune booster. We have to keep riding that frequency, because you can go down a rabbit hole very quickly with fear and anxiety, and there's just so much going on. So keep doing things to boost your immune, to take love in action, and to keep it joyful, and to spread that love.
It's so
Yeah.
good, Amber. It's so good.
Thanks.
I just
Thank you.
I just love you, and I love how you are so. Thank you for letting us come into your home today.
Oh, you're welcome.
And be able
Thanks
to
for coming.
yes and share. But before we go, I want to talk about the changes that you guys have made to a couple of the products. And what's coming.
Yes. Okay. So Ambre Blends, shameless plug here. We have, this goes to keeping it fun and what can we be doing to ourselves to make ourselves happy. Ambre Blends does use a lot of essential oils in our products that help elevate our mood.
Yes.
For instance, Invoke has neroli in it, and it is it's a joyful, elevating. It kind of brings you out of a funk.
Is that why my husband's so funny all the time? 'Cause
Okay,
that's
there
the one
you
he wears.
go. He loves Invoke.
Yeah.
And so all of our scents, and I have 2 out of the 5 here, Invoke, I'm turning around, Invoke and a new. And I have them together because this product line is meant to wear together. But, you know, aromatherapy is huge. Yes. You know, the scent travels to our brain faster than anything. And essential oils are very healing, and it can help with anxiety and depression and menstrual cycles and
Girl, that's yes.
You know, you name it.
Finally.
You name it.
We're talking about it.
It's been such a struggle for me, my menstrual cycle. I was wondering when the savior would come, and she has.
Yeah, so it's so we have made a shift in our packaging. We used to have roll-ons for like forever.
Yeah.
Gosh, like 15 years or so. And we have struggled with them. Roll-ons are just a universal issue. They either come out too slow, they come out fast. It's just a problem.
Leak.
They leak.
Yeah.
So we and
There we go.
we went to pumps. And what's great about these is that one pump of this oil gives you exactly how much you need to rub onto your skin where you need to, and have it radiate the product the way it's meant to radiate. So, and if you want to use it sparingly, you just push down halfway.
Yeah.
It's
the perfect amount.
Yes.
I love these so much more. I can see straight.
Yes.
So yeah, they're in pump form now, and they just got launched in March of this year, and we are so excited about them. They're well received, they're clean, they don't leak, they protect the integrity of the oil. You're not rolling in a spray tan or another product that's on your skin. It is just, they have been just really, really great. So we're excited about it. Yeah.
But there's something else you're excited about.
Oh, I am excited.
I'm excited because you can't find the shit anywhere. I'm like, so it's nice to know that you are creating one.
So, okay. Yes. For some reason, I thought you were going somewhere else. We are launching a hand sanitizer. We are really excited about it. We're in the production stages right now. So we are excited. We are trying to see if we can do it. We are going to have it FDA approved. And we are playing with some ingredients to help not only it be effective, but not dry out your skin and smell like Ambre Blends.
I was like, is it going to smell good?
Yes. So we're working with that, dialing that in a little bit, but we're going to be launching it in September. We have some exciting stuff happening this year too.
Tell us more.
I know. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say right now. We have something really, really exciting happening at the end of the year, just in time for Christmas. So I'll put a little pin in that one for now. But
okay, but can we get like a hint?
It's something that we have never done before. It's going to be a great gift, and it's going to involve products that you will not be able to get online or find in stores.
So only online at Ambre Blends.
Only in this particular package, yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, what a cliffhanger.
I know, right?
I know. Wait. I was like, don't give it away. Yeah, I'm excited to announce it, but I have to wait.
That's good.
Yeah.
No, get people excited.
Yeah.
That's what
So
you should
where can they buy your product?
So okay, we have a store list online, ambreblends.com. It's spelled AMBREBLENDS. There's a store list if you want to find a retailer near you. If not, you can just buy it online too.
Yeah. Crazy. Ships right to your door.
Ships right to your door. And
So
we get it out pretty quickly too.
We can't go ending this right now because my life. Dear Lord Almighty.
There's that.
I put this on.
Do not disturb.
Yeah. Okay, so we're good. So like I was saying, mental health for me is life. I spend so much time doing breath work, meditating. I love to read. It's one of my favorite things to do on the planet. I spend a lot of time communing with other like-minded individuals. I have people that I confide in. You two are primarily some of the people that I spend most of my thought time with. But I also have a therapist, and I've had relationship coaches, and we've done leadership coaching and training. We've done Gabby Bernstein masterclass programs. So this to me is huge. So I'm really excited to know where you are spending your free time inside of books and what material you're reading, and why it's important to you right now.
So I have a couple books I want to share. Going back to the meditation real quick, I have really dived into A Course in Miracles. And I know a lot of you have heard about that book. Funny enough, I had that book for 22 years before I even cracked it open. It is the weirdest thing. I don't even know. So
many people say that.
I don't even know why I bought it, because it's not an attractive cover. You know, it's a thick book. I bought it in Fort Collins, Colorado, when I was getting ready to go to school. It just kind of called out to me a little bit, and it's moved with me everywhere I've gone. And I've moved a lot. And so I cracked it open at the beginning of 2018. And I'm doing the workbook exercise. It is so good. So anyways, I do have to say that because I just think that's worth sharing.
And that book is called A Course in Miracles.
A Course in Miracles. Yeah. And there's a workbook, and it's an exercise, and it's every single day for 365 days. It's a little exercise. But
so you and I share the affinity for that.
Yes.
We love the teachings. It's the backbone of some of the most profound spiritual teachers that we have learned from. Gabby Bernstein is one of our coaches, and it's the breath in which she teaches from. The book was a little intimidating for me. It's almost written like scripture, wouldn't you say?
The book, yes. And I have not read the book. I've only done the workbook.
Right. Yeah. Right. But there's just some really profound knowledge inside of that, and it's all around the love of Christ, really, the teachings of Christ.
Yes.
But
you have to be very present with the book.
Yes, you do.
I started the Audible version. It's not one of those multitasking books that you have to sit down and be with it.
Yes.
Yeah. In mind, body, and
similar to all other forms of spirituality.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't really matter what form of spirituality you practice. I think that all of it, if you really want to get intentional and you want to have a profound learning experience, that you need to put time aside and be present with whatever it is that you're learning. You know? However, the book itself and the workbook itself were a little intimidating to me, and you and I both read the study guide version of the book, which is called Living A Course in Miracles by Alan Cohen. And that book alone, I could have just stopped there, and I had a whole life worth of knowledge and things that I could put to work immediately around just shifting some of the personal discrepancies I had with my own character and my own heart and my spirit, and the relationships that I held in my material world and the relationship that I held with God. You know, so it was the bit of knowledge that she just laid out for you guys with this book. It is not to be taken lightly. I mean, if you really want to have a profound experience in shifting the way in which you exist on this planet, this would be the first place I think that you and I both would recommend you starting. So that's a perfect place to start. So what are these books?
Okay, so during this time of having the kids home all the time and homeschooling, a friend recommended this book called The Parents Tao Te Ching, and it's a ancient advice for modern parents, and they're just little poems in here, but I'll tell you what, they're sacred.
They're good reminders.
Oh gosh, they're so good. And you know, what I've gotten the most from this is just not to take it so seriously. You know, it's just like give yourself a break, you know. Love this one. So, and my yoga teacher has, she has, you know, we're not just doing yoga, but she always has an affirmation during the practice. And then at the very end, in Shavasana, she's or as my husband says, Shabba. She always reads from this, and it's always the message I need to hear in the moment. It's so yummy, so yummy.
I love that you call it that. It's so yummy because it's like feeding.
It's food.
Yes.
It really is.
Food for the soul.
Food for the soul.
I'm going to read one.
Oh yeah, please do.
Okay. So this one's called Clouds of Light. They look so small and frail, but they are so great and magnificent. They are born of the same womb that birthed the cosmos and knitted together the galaxies. If you could see them as they truly are, you would be astounded. You would see not little children, but dancing clouds of light. Energy and motion, jeez. Swimming in an ocean of love. They are so much more than what you see, as are you. That was awesome.
Okay.
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 That got me, man. Clouds of light. That's so cute.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh, and miracles are only seen in the light. So this is the other one, high vibrational beauty. Okay. Self-care. We talked about how important it is right now. People are really diving into that, which I love. I love. And they're looking for ways that they can make their own soap and make their own bath mix and make their own supplements. If you guys knew how easy it was to make your own echinacea, to make your own soap, to make your own cleaning products, you would be shocked. And so I love this because, we're trying to keep it high vibes right now, but high vibrational beauty. And, when times are crazy with the COVID and not being able to go out, not being able to, and people, are not having the funds that they used to have, and a lot of people are losing their jobs, people still want to do something that lifts their spirits and make them feel good.
Yes.
That's why they say the cosmetic industry and the holistic field shoots up in times like these. So this is a great book to get. People can dive in and find a recipe that they like and make something at home. I'm trying to pull up one right now that I saw recently.
Oh, Palo Santo. That's one of my favorite things to do.
Autumn energy clearing. So fun. Crystals for manifesting. A meditation practice. So it's not just beauty products, but it's just things you can do at home. There's a lot of beautiful pictures in here too. And they've even got some recipes.
Now, where did you find this?
It came across my books I might like.
On Amazon?
No. Yes.
Yeah.
On what?
Yes.
Audible.
Oh, on Audible.
Audible is my best friend.
Yes. And this came across and I was like, oh, that sounds so good. And I do judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Yes. A little bit, but yes. So this is fun. And then not by its cover, not beauty by its cover. This is an old book. And I started a garden where I'm growing herbs, and it's been a long time since I've been able to do that. So I bought this book called The Lost Book of Herbal Remedies. And I think this is huge, especially in times like these where we're trying to take our health in our own hands and learn how to make our own supplements and our own, what can we do to make ourselves feel better versus rushing to a doctor and getting on an antibiotic, which we all know is not the answer. So, anyways, this one's great. You can, stop bleeding, you look up what's going on and what you need help with, and it'll give you something to use, how to eat it, how to make it. Super, super easy. PMS symptoms, what protects the heart, what protects the liver.
Oh, yes.
So here they're talking about lemon balm, which is so easy to grow, by the way, and how you can use it to help with all of these things. It's pretty amazing. I mean, it goes on, regulates the thyroid. Yes.
Wait, what's that one?
Lemon balm.
I see that so often.
This one, lemon balm. Yeah, super easy. You can make a tincture. So easy. I'm going to start teaching classes on how to make your own tinctures soon.
Oh,
won't that be fun? And how to make your own cleaning supplies. Yeah. It's just so easy. It's just going back to the basics, going back to what the earth has to offer. We have everything we need. It's all right here.
Yeah.
We have everything we need. So marshmallow root, so great for coughs. I could go on about this. It's going to all the right pages. But anyway, I love this book, The Lost Book of Herbal Remedies. You can find it online. It's been around forever. I even think this might be a new.
I'll take a picture of them and post it in the feed so that they can look them up.
Yes, please. So these are the 3 books I've gotten to. I'm diving into right now that are pretty new.
This is good stuff.
This is good stuff.
This is so good. I feel
I'm
like
I want these books. I feel
Yeah.
you're my sister and my best friend, and I'm inspired. Like I don't know you already.
Thanks. That's sweet.
It's cute what you do, and it's cute what you have enforced in the home. And I say enforced because sometimes, I love Adam.
I'm like, be careful.
Right? No, I
This is
love
fine.
Adam so much, but much like myself and every other man on the planet, right? It's sometimes it takes a little kick in the ass to get us out of our routines or out of our, old habits, right? So I think it's cool that you truly live this lifestyle, and I think that people see a difference in you. I think people look up to you. I think people admire what you've created. I think that you've done such a great job of not just talking the talk, but you walk the walk. You live this like through and through, so I think and watching your children opposed to other people's children there is a wild difference with the way that you have appreciated their feelings, appreciated their bodies. You don't feed them junk. You allow them a little bit of freedoms, but there's just a very big difference in the health and the livelihood of your family in comparison to, falling victim to kind of social norms of eating McDonald's, going out, getting stuck in TV and games, and big boys don't cry, and be a girl, play, you know what I mean? So there's just things that we kind of limit everybody to. And my favorite picture she's ever sent me was Kingston and Kata had opposite sex day.
Oh yeah.
So I see Kata in like a jersey and like high tops, and she's got a little hat on sideways, and I see my nephew in a full-on princess dress.
Oh, he would kill you. He's in a tutu.
A tutu.
It was a tutu.
That's
like
it.
it was a
And had
tutu.
legs for days.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. But it was just so cute. I just love the amount of freedom that you give these kids, and how much you just allow them to be,
Who they are.
Who
Yeah,
they are.
who they are.
Yes, we can't stop that.
Which is, if you look back at any teachings, as far back as ancient teachings, one of the common words of advice that we are given is to live life as though we are the child spirit. We forget that freedom. We forget, dancing clouds.
Yeah, dancing clouds. It's so innocent. It's sweet. It's real. It's raw. It's sweet. And I want to nurture it. I want to nurture it as much as possible.
Yeah. I mean, I can't tell you the last time I walked through a yard with my shoes off.
Oh, did you walk through the yard with your shoes on?
No, but I'm saying I watched your children, and I watched you, I can't tell you the last time I actually went out and grounded myself to the earth. It's been, I haven't had a yard.
Yeah, you probably don't have any grass there.
Even now, even here, I didn't have a yard. And then now where I live in California, it's a dry ass mountain. There's no grass anywhere.
You should probably take your shoes off and walk through the grass all the way out there.
Which is a good point. We talked about what we can be doing right now to boost your immune system and to bring joy into our lives. Get into nature.
Yeah.
Take a hike, literally. Get out in the woods, get with the trees. You're in Malibu a lot right now, and you've got these beautiful mountains and that flower field you called me in. That's where
I'm being called to the ocean right now.
You and me both.
There's something about water right now. Yes. And I mean, that was really why I made the move out there. It's just, there's something about water.
I did Reiki yesterday to clear off some of the unwanted energies. And she said, I have a feeling you're being called to nature and water.
Oh,
and I had just told my husband, I'm like, I need a vacation that includes water and the beach, a lot of bees and quiet time.
And Joshua.
And Joshua.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah.
It would be the cheapest vacation you ever took.
That's right. So I just thought it was funny. I'm like, clearly it's illuminating.
Yeah.
My spirit.
Well, and the nature's happy right now. I mean, birds are singing more than ever. Yeah. Water's clearing more than.
Isn't that crazy? I'm like, but these murder hornets can go on somewhere.
Right.
I don't do that. And did you know that Indiana is having a rattlesnake problem?
Oh.
All the rattlesnakes have made their way into Indianapolis, Indiana, or into the Indiana area because there's no one out to push them away.
Okay.
There are coyotes and foxes running up and down Hollywood Boulevard.
There was a fox in our backyard the other day.
Crazy.
And they make the
all these animals are just
ever.
Thank you.
Right. But you have to appreciate.
It's cute.
That's
right.
That's right. That is absolutely
That'd be the quickest way to keep me inside.
I wanted to call out Jacqueline Martinez. She says, I love Ambre Blends and Amber.
Aww. Thank you.
Pat Pickerel says, great advice. So this has been awesome. We'll have to do it again at the launch of your new products. Maybe sometime in the fall.
Yeah, we talked a lot through this one because there's just a lot of information, but we didn't get a lot of time to interact with people watching, but you snooze, you lose. You had your chance. No, thank you so much for having us over and allowing us to do this at your home. And
It's been my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
yeah, she's been looking forward to this.
Thank you.
Yes, I couldn't
This
wait.
was so
Yeah.
fun.
Yes.
So
love
fun and easy. You guys are great.
Thank you.
You
All
want to
right.
close us out?
Thank you guys so much for being here. We'll be back with you again next weekend, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The Truth Revival. Joshua will be back in LA, Malibu,
Yes.
California. Sad.
Malibu.
But we will have a great conversation that we will decide upon in the next couple of days. We love you. We thank you. We miss you. Thank you for tuning in. Have an awesome week. And like Amber said, love in action. So let's make it happen.
You
this
can't
week,
do it
guys.
enough.
Yep. Have a good week.
See you guys.